Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Brando. Thank you for having us today in this show with the attorney Margaret W. Wong, who has been working on the immigration field for over 40 years. And she has always been working on this specific area of immigration. So, thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope that we can answer some of your questions in this show, your immigration needs, everything you need regarding to immigration. We are going to be happy to ask your question to our head attorney, Margaret W. Wong. So we want to greet her. Hi, Ms. Wong. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and thank you.
Thank you so much for having us today, Ms. Wong. And well, we would like to start by talking about what's going on in the immigration field and what's going on with the deportations, the removals. Are they still suspended? What's going to happen with the people that have been waiting for maybe a court date, a court hearing date? What's going on with them actually?
It actually is fair and not fair because right now, because they have all these memos about PD, prosecutorial discretion, we are requesting admin close because with admin close, you can protect. Admin close means the status is still there, the case is still in court, but they're not going forward with a hearing and for deportation or to approve cases. Termination means that we are terminating the case. There's no more case. On the other hand, there's also no more benefits for the client. So now we're sort of really busy because we have to review each case, new and old, to see should we go to trial and hopefully win or lose, but protect whatever rights we have? Or should we terminate the case? Or should we admin close the case? It's really all judgment calls. And then immigration have this new memo came, it's not new, it's a few weeks old, saying that, well, on November 7th, all CIS motion on Nits Chavez need to be filed. If not, we'll start like objecting and not approving them. So that's another deadline. And then you have due diligence on Nit Chavez, which really happened 90 days after April 29th of uh, 2021. So all these dates. And then Trump's thing from last March of 2020 or August of 2020, saying that you cannot get a work permit until 1 year after filing of the asylum, and you could not um, stay in America for so long because America wants to deport people who are new arrivals after May of 2021. You only have 300 days for the judge to make a decision. So if you lose the case on asylum, you have to be deported. So that now we have new memos also coming out saying that there's certain designated courts. New York is one. I'm pretty sure New Jersey is one. I think Chicago is one because there's so many of these new stuff. It's just, but it's fun, you know. So we are keeping our office, our lawyers, most immigration lawyers on the toes, reading all these new memos. It's not just reading it. You have to really read the agenda behind it. Like this, and why 300 days? Because there's so many people complaining. All these people are coming to America. We let them come in. Now they're stuck here. They cannot leave because they're still waiting. So now Biden is saying, well, you guys are complaining. Now we're giving you the judges 300 days. Another new thing that just started, each judge have to deport or adjudicate 750 cases a year under Trump. Just about yesterday or day before yesterday, judges don't have to complete 750 cases now because it really puts them under tremendous pressure and very bad mood because every time we go to court, they're always looking at, my gosh, I have to do 3 cases because if you look at it, there's 365 days a year and we have to adjudicate 750 cases. They also have their judges training. They're out of the office for 2 weeks. They also have their vacation, which is about a month or 2 months a year. So they also have their 12 days holidays, which, you know, Labor Day, they don't work. I mean, there's a lot of days they don't work. So how do you adjudicate 750 days, 50 cases a year? So they just came out under Biden. So a lot of new stuff, a lot of fun stuff. So we always have to keep it. And then and now with another thing that new came out is Hong Kong. I'm from Hong Kong. Hong Kong work permit just came out yesterday, so the phones are ringing. The good news or bad news about all these cases. Actually, let's go to the good news first. The good news on, for example, Venezuelan TPS in March, Hong Kong TPS is called DED yesterday. The good news is, even though we have deportation, it's just like TPS. Even though we may have been only 2 years old when we came to America, or now we're 70 years old here, we qualify. But in the meantime, what happened to if we have criminal records? What's the difference between DED and TPS and DACA? Different kind of work permit have different kind of criminal record requirements. So, for example, a DUI is okay for the non-LPR 10-year removal. Um, uh, a DUI is not a crime of moral turpitude. It's a crime, but not a moral issue. But it's not good for TPS. It's also not good for DACA. So a lot of times, lawyers like us, we negotiate the DUI down to fiscal control. So especially in Ohio, so slowly they're denying fiscal control. I mean, I can go on and on, but there's a lot of new stuff going on.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, because well, we need to be updated about what's going on with the immigration, and especially some people that have been waiting for maybe a court hearing date, or maybe uh, they have been detained and now they don't know what's going to happen with them because they are not going to be removed, but they cannot leave jail. So, well, it's interesting for these people to get in touch with a good attorney, just like our attorney Margaret W. Wong, and she will be able to help you in your immigration case. So, Ms. Wong, this next question here. Um, well, first, a good comment, Deborah Gray. Good information from the number one immigration attorney. Thank you, and thank you so much for this comment. That's what people think about Ms. Wong, because she's always a very good attorney and she's really helpful in the immigration needs of people. Now, Viral Patel says, what about 2016 case on asylum? Any update?
Yes, it depends. If you really have a good case, 2016 is caught because Trump came in. Once Trump came in, it became last in, first out, which means that if I file asylum today, I expect the hearing is about 3 weeks, 3 months. But when it was Obama, as first in, first out instead of last in, first out, which means that whoever filed earlier, you get the hearing. So, especially in California and New York and Chicago, these are big cities. Chicago now is not as big as it used to be. There's so many cases pending, so cases are not being heard. It's good because you get your work permit, but then it's bad because I want to stay in America. I need to know where I will be in 3 years, in 5 years. I don't want to be just in limbo. So that's good, that's bad. So that's a very good question. What happened? So I presume your question is, you did not have a hearing yet, Mr. Patel, and you need to know what to do with it. It's up to you if you really want to push for a interview, CIS interview, or if you didn't get anything, it's a 1 year filing because you could win on 1 year. You could call them and start asking them questions. There was a time under Trump they ignore us, but now it's Biden. They sort of listen. I'm not saying they're 100% listening, but they do listen, so you can push it. My gut is, if it's a more than a 1 year filing, don't push the case because you're enjoying your work permit. So it's a strategy. Should we or should we not? It's just like, should I buy Microsoft stock, or should I buy IBM stock, or should I buy Apple stock? Each have its values and core competence, but these are decisions. It's a strategic decision. Should I push?
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer and for all the questions that we are receiving from our audience. Please don't be shy. Please feel free to send your questions, and Ms. Wong will answer each one of them. So the next question is: would it be enough time to apply for word of court if I turn 18 in January? I live in Atlanta. I am from Guatemala, and my parents are there in Guatemala.
Yes, I'm so sorry it didn't apply earlier. Yes, you should get a good lawyer and push the case. Some counties, and I know Quinnet really well because we do a lot of cases there. Call my Atlanta office and ask them. I'm pretty sure you could. You just need a nice judge to sign off the findings because 18 in Atlanta, New York is 21, Atlanta is 18, Ohio is 18. You need the final judgment entry prior to your birthday, your 18th birthday, number one. Number two is the 360 could be filed after 18 and before 21. The 45 could be filed after 21. That's the three rules. Word of court before 18 in states that require 18, 360 between 18 and 21, and 45 could be filed because if you're from Guatemala, you won't be able to get the green card because there's a long line. Absolutely push the case. I feel bad for you, but push it. It's already October, November, and it's Christmas, it's New Year. Most American people don't work in those days, Thanksgiving. Push the case. Absolutely do it because it's one and only chance. If not, you have to move somewhere that does cases. Alabama, I think, is 19. Some of these more liberal states is 21. But push it. You can do it. Push.
Thank you so much, Miss Wong. And the phone number of Miss Wong is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. The next question is uh, we want to ask if you know how to apply for the J1 visa.
Yes, depends on what country you're from. If you're from China or India, there's a problem because all Chinese and all Indian nationals are subject, and you don't want to go on the subject. But lately, in the past 3, 4, 5 years, I don't mean to blame Trump for everything. Even J1s from China and India is not that hard to do a waiver. If you have both an MD and a PhD from India, I would try not to get a J1, but even then, it's not that hard. So it depends on what country you're from. It's very easy to call to change the J1. If you had an American F1, you need a work permit change to J1. You need the 5839. Also, J1, you don't really need a lawyer. Whoever issues a J, like it could be a culinary program, it could be an au pair program, it could be a Sandusky program. All hotels have their J's. Sheraton have their own J's. Hilton have their own J's. So whatever J you want to change it to, they will teach you how to do it. So you really don't need a lawyer for that. But J1 is a working visa, but be careful because J1, especially a medical ECFMGJ, you cannot freelance. In the olden days, ECFMGJ, because most residents don't make that much money, they can freelance on a J. So now they don't. But J1 is also a little bit problematic because J1 is an exchange program. So you have to be specific. That's why a lot of people, when they couldn't get a visa, they come from overseas like China, Russia, India on J programs. But if you don't, like a lot of Russian kids years ago came on J's, they're like 4-point kids. I mean, I represented quite a few of the gymnasts. I mean, they're just awesome, awesome people. So absolutely, but J1 is a working visa and you can get a social security on it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And don't forget that the phone number to get in touch with her is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong will be in Atlanta on November the 3rd. November the 3rd, she will be here in the city of Atlanta and she will be taking care of your immigration needs. So please, if you can make a call, and get in touch with her. Set the appointment for November the 3rd in Atlanta. November the 3rd, the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And after being here in Atlanta, she is going to travel for November the 4th, and she will be in the city of Nashville on November the 4th. So, you can get in touch. You can call the office. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And I will let you know during this program when she is going to be in the city of Chicago and Columbus, Ohio. So please give us a call, 216-279-3984. The next question is, um, do you handle EB5 direct if I have to open my business?
Yes, we do. Let me confirm for the listeners who doesn't know what an EB5 is. EB5 is was a new pro. Wasn't new. I mean, I've been doing this for 45 years. So EB5 has been a program for the past 20 years. It's really, really hot. with the Chinese and the people who are rich and they just want to come to America. So the amounts were changing. But as of the end of June 30th of 2021, and that's a very good question, EB5 direct, yes, there's two types of cases. One is indirect. EB5 was the regional center. Indirect means that I'm giving my money to the, it has to be at risk. So the regional center EB5 means that they already have a program like the Malaysians, but that's a lot of fraud. So you can, in the olden days, you get a green card in about 1.5, olden days is not that old, 1.5 years, but now EB5 is taking 3 years. As of the end of June 30th of 2021, the indirect is gone. That's why this is a very good question. Do you handle direct? Because direct, you need the study from the economist, you need study from the business planner. So we have to put it all together. We have to create 10 new jobs. So for example, I'm investing in an existing hotel. The only way for any business to make money is to cut staff, right? That's why people do it. But on the other hand, that's why the invest in America is good. EB5 is investing in America. So we have to invest in America plus 10 new jobs. So for example, I invest in this hotel that already have 5 people working, including part-time, right? And of course, my husband is working there, my wife. I mean, that's how people work in hotels. The whole family works there. That's not good enough because you have to hire 10 new people. So what you do is to you form your own business. You can, for example, you can buy Kentucky Fried Chicken, or better yet, Popeye, because I love Popeye. Kentucky Fried Chicken used to be hot with EB5, but now they're all doing Popeye now. And McDonald's used to be hot, but now it's very expensive. So now they're changing to more Wendy's. That's why the prices are all up, and that's how I know them, because I do EB5. Absolutely, I can help you, but make sure you don't. I always struggle myself with, am I doing this and invest 500,000 to really just get a green card? Then I don't want you to waste the money. Or am I doing this to also make money? Because nowadays in the stock market, you can make at least 15 to 35%. But if you do an EB5, a regional center, they only give you 0 to 3%. And we fund the whole, because it's a loans, it's not in equity. But if you do it direct, you own your own business, at least you own equity on it. If you lose the business, you don't even get the money. EB5 now is 526. It's taking about 3 years. So and you cannot concurrent file the green card with the 526. That means I have to wait for my 526, 2.5 to 3.5 years. Then I found my green card, which is a 485, which is 9 months to it. So you're getting a green card still in 5 years. Another way to do is do the perm, but if you're Indian born, it takes 10 years, but China born is 4 years, so 5 years. But China don't even bother because it's EB5 is waiting for kids, because a lot of people, they do EB5 to protect their kids so they can go to college and they can come to America with a green card. They don't really care. These are rich people stuff, you know. Yes, I do EB5 direct, but think about it. Should you or should you not do it? It's not just you get a good lawyer, you do it, because it does take 4.5 to 5 years now. And if you lose the money, I feel bad for your parents, you know, because we work hard for our money to give our kids, and I don't want us to lose the money. So these are the questions we have.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, the phone number is 216-279-3984. 216. Sorry, I was muted. Um, Well, the phone number is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. That's the phone number you need to call in order to get in touch with Ms. Wong and to make an appointment in your city. So Ms. Wong is going to be here in Atlanta on November the 3rd. It's a Wednesday. So please make your plans, separate your date, and she will be happy to take care of you on that day. On November the 4th, I will correct myself. I said it was Nashville, but it's actually Columbus, Ohio. She will be November the 4th in Columbus, Ohio. And then in Nashville, she will be on November the 12th. So please make your appointment call right now, 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. So, Ms. Wong, are you ready for the next question?
Absolutely. Bring them
Thank
on.
you. Thank you so much. Hi, Margaret. I did get deferred action 2 years work permit on U visa, but my son didn't get anything. I called the office a few days ago. and they said I have to wait. But should I just wait? There is nothing we can do.
Oh, no, 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 no. Absolutely. I presume I'm your lawyer, Mr. Patel. Call me after this program. I'm working in the office the whole day. If not, tell my front desk because sometimes they don't pass calls over. Your case number, I will check it. The good news now is deferred action is 4 years. I presume you have C14. The kids should get a C15, but sometimes they don't give it because that was Trump days, 2 years of work permit. So let me know when you got it, because if you just recently got it under Biden, it should be 4 years now. So your C14 is 50. Let me check your file, because if you file before January, February, March of 2017, you should even get the 4 year and the C19. 3 years after that, you get a green card. The sons, sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. Let me check, because sometimes it save clients money. If the son is young, we don't file the C14. But normally I don't save clients money that much because I know my clients can afford it. So let me check your case. Call me after this program and I will take good care of you. No problem. Or call at least the front desk. Tell them, remind them to check my case and give me your case number. And I love it that you follow us, and thank you. Thanks for
Thank you.
using us. That's very nice, because you could be any good lawyer. Any good lawyers, IT people, doctors, you can talk as much as you want and tell people how great you are without the cases, to let me know, like the 2 years or 4 years. What do I know? If I don't do enough cases, I won't even know the new C14 is 4 years, because I already got approval, so I know it's 14. And I know you're older because you got it 2 years, you say, because the older ones got it 2 years. But on the other hand, let me check my son, because I don't know why I didn't get it, but let me check it. They meant what they meant when they say they'll wait, because we probably filed it as C15 because children are C15. We just didn't get it. But let me see if I can push it for you.
Thank you so much, Miss Wong, for this answer. And well, the phone number is right here, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. The next question is, I am in the United States with a visitor visa. I was suggested to open a business as I will apply for asylum. Is it convenient to open my business now, or should I wait until I have a work permit? I am from Pakistan.
Right now, like, it's different now. When I first came to America in 69, we really only have student visas, labor cert in those days until 205, it changed to perm. Nowadays, with this asylum is really for people, you have a visitor visa. Asylum very much is for people who came undocumented or who really is running away from persecution. Pakistan it's going really bad now. It's horrible. It's corruption and stuff. Um, it's up to you, because it depends on if you're still, because tourist visa is 6 months. You're looking at e-visa, because Pakistan have e-visas, which means that if you open a business, you can file for e-visa. But e-visa itself takes, so for example, your 6 months of work of tourist visa. I like to file my e-visa like after 90 days, because that's what Trump and Biden is saying. Everything change your mind after 90 days. It depends on when your visitor, but you don't need both. If you already filed for asylum, then unless you still have a tourist visa, you could do it. I personally prefer e-visa, but it's also hard because e-visa, you have, number one, you have to pay tax. I mean, of course, we all pay tax, but you have to make a high enough salary, because e-visa means either entrepreneur visa or essential worker visa. That means you have to pay sort of a good tax, right? You couldn't just make 15,000 low income. Number one. Number two is e-visa also is a status, is a running your own business status. So if you are somebody from Pakistan, you came on it because in order to come from a visitor visa from Pakistan, that means you're not poor. You're sort of upper middle class, because middle class or lower middle class people from Pakistan, we don't get visas, right? I prefer e-visa, but if you already expired, you could not get an e-visa. If you have no parents of green card or citizen, not anybody eligible to give you a 601A, you couldn't even get a green card, so you're stuck. Asylum is really not for everybody, and I need to emphasize that, even though it's easier than an e-visa. I always advise people, if you have a status, protect that status and work from that. Change it to a student visa, change it to an e-visa, do an EB5, but EB5 is $500,000, it's too much because of the exchange rate. Protect visas. I mean, it's different from 20 years ago when people came. It doesn't matter in those days. You get a job, you don't even need a social, because in those days, the government, state give driver's license. But after 97, 98, no more social. And then in the year 2000, no more driver's license. And then 287G came in, secured community came in. They report us to ICE. As we speak, I have someone who's in a jail in Ohio. I just got a call, so my office is working on the case. It's so unfair. I already filed a U visa for him, but they found something wrong with him. Now he's in jail, and I need to get him out. In the meantime, he's already a victim of crime. So these are cases where people think, "Oh my gosh, you're rich, you own a store. Why are you in jail?" But that's why, it's just sort of sad. So I personally prefer e-visa if you could get it, but it seemed like you already filed for asylum. So that's my advice for what it's worth.
Thank you so much, Miss Wong. And yes, well, if you have more questions, if you have more concerns about this kind of case, you can call Miss Wong, and she will be happy to take care of your case. I've seen a lot of people going to her office or going to one of her offices in the United States, and they leave the office really happy because she comes up, she brings a solution for all of them, and that is really exciting because that's a way you can start your path in the United States of America. Don't forget that Ms. Wong has offices in 9 cities of the United States: Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And you can call the office 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. The next question is: my wife was deported to Nigeria. I am citizen of the United States. We have 2 children, and we already won the waiver. Now she has consular process. How long is it going to take? Can you help with that, or is that something we can handle by ourselves?
Congratulations. I feel so sorry because I remember years and years ago, I mean, immigration was really mean to Nigerians. Now with the oil money, they don't even get visas to come. You're an American citizen. We need to know how you got the green card and became a citizen. If your children are over 21, that's also great. Under 21, you already won the waiver. I don't know if it's a 601 or 601A, because normally if she was already in Nigeria overseas case, you need to do the DS-260, you need to pay the filing fee, the $120 and $325, and then you do the waiver after the 221G letter. That means you do the waiver, which is a 212, is a deportation waiver, advance permission to come back to America, and a 601 if it has any fraud. Normally in Nigerian cases, they always claim fraud, which is really not fair, but it is what it is. So probably it's a fraud waiver, it's a 10-year bar waiver, and a deportation waiver or removal waiver. So you need a 212, you need 1601, even though it covers 2 grounds. So when you say you already won the waiver, I wonder, because you could not have won the waiver without paying the fee because she's overseas. If you got the 601A and then she was deported, you still need to do another 601 waiver. Technically, you don't necessarily need a lawyer. It doesn't hurt to at least have a good lawyer look at the ground for deportation. If it's a fraud, if it's frivolous asylum, then you have a problem she will never be able to come back. Look at why she was already deported. We have a lot of cases where the wife or the husband would say, let me get deported so you can stay here with the children and raise them. We have cases like that too. So if that's the case, it should not be a problem. You don't really need, all these things are in the web. What I'm telling you, I'm already teaching you how to think. Is how you think to process cases, especially Nigeria, and also the American embassy in Nigeria is really mean. I hope you hear me. Be nice. Nigeria, I don't understand why they're so mean. They don't return your calls. They don't respond to you. They think, who do they think they are? It's our tax money who pays the people that works in State Department. Worse is Trump fired 200 CIS people when he was here. I'm sure some of them works in Nigeria. They were fired. But you don't need a lawyer. You can check everything. But if you ask any lawyer, not just me, you need to see what as a waiver is a 212, is a 601, and 601A. If she was deported, I would like to know when, because if it's more than 10 years, you won't even need a waiver. But if you have a perm bar, you still need a 212, but you only say. So it's complicated, especially if someone left. And you don't want her to keep going to the immigration, keep getting a 221G letter and coming back and say, what do we do now? it doesn't hurt to talk to a lawyer at least one time to see what it is. I'm sure it's a long, long journey because from probably a student visa when you came, or later became in the 70s or 80s as far as student visa. In the 90s, they started coming, Nigerians, they coming on a tourist visa. We did a lot of Nigerian cases. I know your sufferings because at those days, the two children are babies. Oh, she's only there for 2 years. So check why was she deported? Is there any fraud? Was there frivolous asylum claim? Was there marriage? Because a lot of times, we marry someone and get a green card and we cannot remarry her and stuff like that. Um, I would check the deportation case. And also if it's an in absentia, that's another thing. It's an in absentia, they need it's harder to get the waiver, the 212 and 601. So but thanks for asking me the question. It brings me back old times. We did a lot. Lately, there's not that many Nigerian. It's more the Ghanaians who are marrying, but not so much the Nigerian. But there was a time there's a lot of Nigerians here.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wong, for your time, for your thoughts, for your questions, for your answers to the questions. And well, there is always hope, Miss Wong, for the people that are doing uh, their path here, people that are willing to get an immigration case, and people that are doing the things correctly. They should have an opportunity to live in the United States. And thank you so much for sharing your heart, because the people that come here and that they talk to you, they feel really confident because you help them to make their path in the United States of America. So thank you so much, Miss Wong. Is there anything you want to add for today before we dismiss?
I just want everybody to know the holidays are coming. America is great. Now we couldn't buy everything we want because of the supply chain issues, but be calm. Don't, now is not the time to, people are going to kill me, leave the country, because hopefully there'll be new laws coming in to cover people like us who have been here for a long time. We need to take care of people inland, not just the southern border people. We need to change laws because we have so many people who are suffering. Kids are already 25, 26 years old, and the mother and father still have no papers. That's because the one mistake they made their whole life is they came undocumented. But let's face it, if it didn't come, they won't have these awesome children. And I have children who went to Harvard, who went to Yale, who went to Stanford, and the parents have no papers. I'm like, whoa. I mean, look at what kind of heroes these parents are raising, this awesome, awesome young people to service America.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wong, and see you next week.
See you next week.
Take care. And for everybody who has joined us today, don't forget that Miss Wong has a trip agenda. She will be here in Atlanta on November the 3rd, in Columbus, Ohio, November the 4th, and Nashville, Tennessee on November the 12th. So please get in touch with her. Call her. The phone number is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. Follow her on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Spotify, on YouTube as Margaret W. Wong and Associates, and she will be really happy to take care of your immigration needs. Thank you so much, and see you next time. There is always hope for people here in this country.